everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you all are tuning in today. I'm going to be showing you how I made over $2,800 in only one single trading day. I'm going to be showing you all of my entries and my exits in real time, explaining exactly why I got into each trade, so maybe you can actually learn something. And before we get into it, all I ask is that you leave a like on this video and comment something positive below, or let me know if you're actually learning something from this entire video. I would love to help you guys out, and maybe you can use this in your real trading strategy after this video. And also, if you have not clicked the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to start posting some more content like this, showing you guys my everyday, routine with the trading game and what I'm doing and, how I'm able to actually pull in profits like this on a consistent basis. And if you want access to all of my trading signals, all of my trading plays from entries to exits, stop losses, take profit levels, all of that good stuff, make sure you hit the link in my description and go to the Discord, discord.gg/OasisAlerts. I post all of my trades in the upgraded section of the Discord, but I'm telling you, we absolutely bank. It's like a family in there, and I also do live streams in there pretty consistently, so if you want to see that and you also want to see the trades I take, make sure you join discord.gg/OasisAlerts. So I had a total of 4 trades today. I had 3 wins and 1 loss. And I don't know when I'm going to upload this video, but this trading day is June 8th of 2023. Now, we're looking at the SPY 1 minute time frame here, and keep in mind, I do not play the 1 minute time frame very often, but this specific day, I was doing pretty well, and I was doing a bunch of scalp trading and ended up making a ton of money. I was honestly sizing pretty heavy too, because I wasn't playing any 0 day till expiration contracts, and if I'm not playing 0 days, I'm usually pretty confident and I can size a little heavier. So keep in mind, when you're watching this video, I'm not going to sit here and show you these 150, 200% gain plays. I'm trying to show you base hits and how you can actually grow your account no matter what the size is. Whether it's 10% gains, 15% in gains, or 20% in gains a day, you should be able to understand that that is pretty damn good, and you should not take that for granted at all. So the first 3 trades that I took, I had 2 wins and 1 loss in those first 3 trades. They were pretty fast trades. I'm going to go ahead and explain to you why I took them and my entries and my exits and all the thought process behind it. So for my first trade of the day, I ended up seeing us break this trend once up here, and I actually missed my entry, thank God, because it ended up coming back down. But I was looking for a breakout and a retest, and I didn't necessarily get that until this moment here. And as I teach all the time on this channel, whenever we see breakouts happen with a bunch of momentum, always wait for the retest to get the best risk to reward ratio. So I see us break out of this trend that we're in, and I actually missed that first entry, so I waited for us to come down and retest. So we went ahead and set our long position here right at this time. We can take the timestamps as well from the Discord alert. I put my stop loss below this recent low here with my first take profit level at this recent high. As you see, we crushed that price target pretty fast, hitting this 427.41 level. And after that, we ended up falling down a little bit and actually moved my stop loss to break even after we took our first round of profits there. And we stopped out right at this candle at 426.94 on the dot. We ended up taking profits twice on this trade. We took profits right here at this level at our high, and we also took profits the second time right here at this high of 427.46. And the way that I trade is after we take our first profits, I always move my stop loss to break even no matter what. Because basically, let's say the trade did not work out for you. Let's say that we took our profits here. You took 1/4 of your contract. So let's say you took 5 out of 20 of the contracts that you had. We push down, break below our stop loss, and come down here, and now you're down, what, 10% on 15 of the 20 contracts that you bought, and now your position is technically in the red. So, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, but the way that I do it is I always set my stop loss at break even after our first profit-taking level gets hit. Not only that, when you see price break out of a consolidation zone and come down to retest the top of that zone, or if you're playing puts, the bottom of that zone, you can usually rely on calls being your best risk-to-reward ratio play that you could play. So again, we ended up taking profits twice there, one for 13% at this candle, and then we took profits here for 18% on this candle. We got out of the other half of our contracts right at break even as well. So it actually was a good trade. We made a good amount of money. So I ended up taking another scalp right here for another break of high of day. We ended up scalping that for a good 13%, but it really wasn't much. We stopped out of the rest at break even. So it was a pretty boring trade, and I don't really want to count that towards the recap, but that is one of of the wins that we had. We ended up taking 10% like right at these highs and stopped out right after, so it was basically pointless, but we did make a couple $100 on it, so it wasn't bad. Now, before we get into my last trade of the day where I had my big win, I want to show you guys my loss. So after I took those 2 winning trades, I felt pretty confident and I wanted to alert a third trade, which isn't always a bad idea, but at this point I probably should like accepted my profits and moved on, but I really wasn't hitting my goals for the day and I was trading pretty well. So I ended up taking a short position right on this red candle here with my stop loss right at this recent high, pretty tight, which was a 6% stop loss. Keep in mind, people always say, Champ, you risk so much of your account for these little gains, but really you're only risking what your stop loss is. And for example, on this trade, I'm risking a 6% stop loss for probably 20-25% in gain if we hit this low. So I was thinking here that since we did sweep liquidity to the upside, I figured that we were going to keep this as the high a day and not break above it. So I ended up taking a short position as we retested this order block and it didn't go very well. We stopped out at 6%, but again, those are the best things to do, is to trade like an absolute robot and not let emotion get to you or get to your head, and make sure you're able to switch bias. Let me show you why it is so important to accept your loss and realize a better entry that you can have for the next trade. So if we take a look here, we did break out of this supply zone on the 1 minute time frame. So I was thinking, hey, we just broke out. We have pretty high momentum to the upside. We're making higher lows and higher highs. I'm looking for a retest of this supply zone, which would now be your demand zone, and looking for more highs after that. So as I teach all the time, whenever we see a big move to either side, the upside or the downside, and then you see a consolidation to the opposite side for a small amount of time, the way that the bigger move actually went, they're usually in control, but they consolidate you down so they can get price for a better premium. So as you can see, they push us above here, consolidate us down, and we continue to head up. And I actually had another entry for calls right here after I took that loss. And if we go ahead and get our long position and put it on this candle here, which is where I took it, I had my first price target at this recent high with my stop loss underneath this demand zone. Because if we end up pushing down below this, this would now be back as supply and we continue to go down further and probably make a lower low, which would completely stop us out. So we had our first TP at this high here and our second TP here at this next high. And the reason I took this trade is I see us flagging down and consolidating into the supply zone. Not only that, we had extremely heavy volume on that breakout, so I knew buyers were still in control. Not to mention, we also held our pre-market highs, which is this level here, all morning, so I knew we were in a bullish zone and that we were going to continue to go higher. The thing is the hardest part about this is just finding your entry, which at this point was the best entry I could have possibly got because we did not go any lower after this. We ended up moving our stop loss all the way up to above break even. We had a trailing stop loss at this level and we ended up breaking it on this candle, which is where we got out of the rest for a 12% profit. But we took most of our profits at 20%, and that's when I ended the day on $2,888 on the portfolio. And if we take a look at this ultimate trade, it actually went all the way to this high here, 429.90, and never once came down below the stop loss that I originally had. Now, listen, I'm not going to take credit for that because I did not hold. I'm not going to brag on that. I just wanted to show you guys how important a perfect entry and a perfect exit is. In this video, I wanted to be very simple. I want to explain to you guys that when you see consolidation on days like this, you want to watch where that consolidation is happening and see which buyers or sellers are in control. Because when we see a big move to one direction, it's usually followed behind consolidation and then another move to that same direction. And why they consolidate, it's to get all of the buyers or sellers out of there so they can get prices at a cheaper premium and they can go ahead and push you to that side continuously. Whether that is up for calls or whether that is down for puts, it really doesn't matter. That's why I like to look for imbalances in the market to really see who's in control at the end of the day. And after making over $2,800 today, ultimately I really didn't use too much TA. I really just used simple supply and demand, support and resistance levels with a little bit of smart money concepts as well, which is ultimately my style as trading. I like to keep it simple, but I also like to have the absolute perfect entries that I can get with very good risk management. So if I'm the kind of trader you want to follow and learn from, make sure you leave a like and comment on this video and let me know what you think about it. And don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it if y'all could subscribe. I'm going to put out a lot more videos like this and a lot more content. And yeah, just give me some feedback. Let me know if you guys are learning from this, and I'd love to post more and get some more content out there for y'all. And I also just released my trading course. I'm actually going to be adding 10 more videos to it in the next 31 days. So if you want access to that, make sure you click the link in the description. It's thetradingchamp.com, and you don't want to miss out on that one because it's not going to be this cheap forever. And if you watch the video for this long, here is a discount code for my course and mentorship just for you because I really appreciate you for watching. Other than that, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.